There are moments in life when the pain cuts deeper than anyone can see. It's the kind of pain that doesn't just bruise your heart, but eats away at your sense of self. Many people live through relationships where they feel invisible, drained, and controlled, often by someone who was supposed to love them. If you've ever felt like your joy was taken from you, your tears turned into a weapon, or your emotions used against you, then you already know what it means to stand in the shadow of a narcissistic woman. This video isn't about revenge. It's not about teaching her a lesson or seeing her suffer. It's about something far more powerful, making her face the only truth she's spent her life running from. And that truth is this: once you stop feeding her control, once you no longer react, once you no longer allow her to define who you are, she is forced to confront herself. That is the only pain she truly cannot escape. Before we dive deeper, a quick reminder. This channel, Emotional Soulmate, is dedicated to exploring the hidden world of narcissistic behavior and emotional abuse. The goal here is simple: to shine light on manipulation, to help you recognize the traps, and to give you the strength to break free. If this resonates, stay until the very end of the video, because every part builds toward a truth that may change the way you see your own healing forever. The illusion of control. A narcissistic woman does not genuinely create relationships based on equality or real affection. Instead, she builds intricate systems of control. In her world, people are not seen as individuals with intrinsic worth. They are tools that serve her need for dominance. Your laughter becomes proof of her desirability and feeds her ego. Your sadness is turned into fuel that sustains her feeling of superiority. As long as you react, whether with love, anger, or confusion, she keeps her grip. This dynamic creates a dangerous illusion. From the outside, she may look powerful, confident, and self-sufficient. The reality is different. That so-called strength does not originate within. It is like a fire without a hearth, constantly drawing warmth and light from other people. Her power is, in fact, borrowed from your emotional availability. The moment you refuse to play along and stop feeding her emotional supply, the mask she presents begins to crack. Suddenly, she is forced to face the most painful truth: the emptiness inside. That hollow space is what she has spent her life hiding from by manipulating others. The emptiness cannot be truly filled by praise or attention. It is the core wound, a wound she cannot heal on her own. The quiet power of emotional detachment. Emotional detachment is often misunderstood. Many confuse it with pretending not to care, turning cold, or becoming numb. In truth, detachment is an active, powerful choice, a decision that no one else has the authority to dictate how you feel, how you see yourself, or how you define your reality. A narcissistic woman lives off your reactions. Your affection validates her. Your anger gives her control. Your confusion keeps her engaged. Every emotional response becomes a resource she harvests to maintain her image of superiority. When you reclaim your emotional energy and stop responding on her terms, the entire balance of that control system starts to shift. To her, it feels as if she is fading away. You are no longer the mirror that reflected her chosen identity. You are no longer an audience to her performance, or the fuel that keeps her illusion lit. That vanishing is unbearable for someone whose identity depends on external validation. Understand this: detachment is not weakness. It is radical strength. It is the moment you declare, "My emotions are mine. You do not get to define my reality." In that silence, she is left with herself, her emptiness, her fear, the things she has long avoided. This is the first step toward making her feel the pain that she has dished out to others. The earthquake of walking away. Leaving a narcissistic woman is not only a physical separation, it is an emotional earthquake that shakes the foundation on which her identity is built. Her existence depends on how others see her, and on how those people see themselves through her manipulation. When you walk away, you do more than leave a relationship. You take away the script she used to perform her power. She will try to pull you back. That pull can take many shapes: manufactured guilt, sudden charm, staged vulnerability. But none of it is authentic. This is not grief over losing you as a person. It is grief over losing control and emotional supply. You were the mirror that confirmed her superiority. Without you, that mirror shatters. Here is the harsh truth. You will not get closure from her. There will be no sincere apology, no real accountability, no sudden epiphany that makes everything right. Healing begins the moment you stop waiting for those things. Walking away reclaims not only your freedom, but also the stage where she once exercised her power. Rebuilding the self she tried to erase. The deepest damage left by a narcissistic woman is not merely heartbreak. It is an erosion of identity. You may begin to question who you are when you are no longer seen through her lens. Over time, you might have silenced your own needs, shrunk your presence, and hoped that being kind, patient, and small would finally earn you love. But that love never existed. It was always about control. To reclaim yourself means dismantling the distortions she planted in your mind. The whisper of self-doubt, the persistent insecurity, the belief that you are not enough. These were constructed to keep you diminished. As you rebuild, clarity returns, confidence returns. You come to see that you were not broken because you were weak. You were targeted because your strength exposed her hollowness, something she cannot admit. Reconstruction takes work. It demands facing the parts of you that were muted to survive. It means learning to recognize the manipulative patterns that once felt normal. Over time, the truth becomes visible. Your worth was never set by her approval. The process of rebuilding is where freedom lives. This is where you redefine your story on your own terms. Indifference, her greatest fear. A narcissistic woman can survive your hatred. She can tolerate your anger. Those reactions still tie you to her and confirm her relevance. But there is one reaction she cannot bear: absolute indifference. Hatred maintains a connection. Anger keeps her important. But indifference removes her from the center of your world. When her words no longer echo in your mind, when you stop explaining yourself and simply live, she loses the only power she ever had. Indifference is a wound that cannot be covered up. It strips her of the role she depends on, the central figure of someone else's emotional life. That realization is devastating for someone whose survival strategy is built on influence. Every boundary you set, every moment you reclaim peace, every honest truth you voice, these are the proofs that she did not win. True liberation is not revenge. Revenge may feel satisfying in the moment, but it does not heal. It keeps you orbiting around the very person you are trying to escape. Real liberation is recovery and restoration, while she remains trapped in a self-reinforcing loop, always needing others to feel real. You can step out. You can rebuild your life, heal the wounds, and define your reality on your own terms. Healing means grieving the relationship and also grieving the pieces of yourself that were given up to survive it. It is hard work, but it is freeing work. As you choose yourself, she grows smaller, less present in your life, and less significant in your mind. Her influence fades not only from your space, but from your meaning. That fading is the most powerful undoing of her power. You were always enough. The most powerful ending is not proving her wrong, but remembering who you were all along. Her power was never real. It lived only in your belief, in her illusion. Now you see the truth. You were always worthy of love, always worthy of clarity, always worthy of peace. She could not give it to you, but you can give it to yourself. And that is how she feels the pain she caused. Not through your anger, not through your revenge, but through your freedom. Your healing is her undoing. Your peace is her punishment. And your refusal to let her define you is the one truth she can never rewrite. So keep moving forward. Keep choosing yourself, because the moment you stopped caring was the moment she lost everything. And as always, because YouTube's algorithm tends to favor videos with strong engagement, if you feel this video has brought you value, a simple like and a quick subscribe would mean so much. It not only helps this message reach more people who need it, but also ensures you will never miss the next video that could make a difference in your journey. Thanks all.